Hi folks, KD Creations and Designs back again with you. Kim in front of the camera and Devin behind the camera as usual. Just stopping back in. I told you folks before that I do make my own laundry soap. And I just was going to share with you, we happen to be out of laundry soap and I needed to make some, so I thought I would bring you guys along for the journey to go ahead and make the laundry soap. It makes around 10 gallons is about how much it makes. So needless to say, if you make the laundry soap, you're going to be set for a good long while for laundry soap. I have not personally had to make laundry soap in months now. So I really like that. And I haven't had to shop for it. If you've noticed, the price of laundry soap has gone up drastically as well. So we have started the process here. I'm going to go ahead and tell you what we've done so far. We're going to finish this part of the process up, and then we'll bring you back along when we're going ahead and going to add the rest of the ingredients. A couple of things I did want to let you know. This is not my personal recipe. So I don't claim the recipe for this. It is somebody else's recipe, a fellow YouTuber, their recipe. I happened to try it and I liked it better than my own recipe. So I started using theirs and it's worked out wonderful. And I was able to make more using their recipe. So needless to say, I went with the bigger bang for my buck, as you say. What this recipe calls for is I have in my pot here, I have 3 gallons of water that you heat up. You get hot, not boiling, but hot. As you can see, some steam coming off of it. Then you're going to take the bars of soap that are called Zote. This has the wrapper from, and I'm not sure if you can see this, but I have the pink bar here in front of me, and I have a white bar that I'm using this time. I'm using a combination of the both. Last time I used just 2 bars of the pink. This is the wrapper from the pink. This you can just buy at Walmart in the cleaning section. And here is the wrapper for the white. It says white and it says pink right on it. I think these are somewhere around $1.25 to $1.60 each. When I started doing this, it was much cheaper. But in any event, as everything has gone up, this has gone up as well. But you still can make laundry soap this quantity of laundry soap for pennies on a dollar compared to purchasing laundry soap. So I have chosen to go with that route. And quite frankly, the smell of this soap is just divine. Absolutely wonderful. It smells just as good as any laundry soap I've ever come across. We do still use our fabric softeners and that. I don't use them as much, but I do use them. So we are just in the 3 gallons of water that is hot. We have put in here the white bar that we have shredded. And I apologize. Devin, can you hand me the shredder there next to you, please? Thank you. All I have done is taken an old cheese shredder that has broken down, fallen apart, the handles come off of it, and I keep this and I use this just for my soap purposes. And so I use this and I shred up the soap so it dissolves easier in the water, because we are going to make it's going to be a liquid laundry soap. So I have shredded up a bar of the pink and I've shredded up a bar of the white at this point. These are pretty large bars, as you can tell here. Let's see if I can hold it up for you right there. So that's the size of the bar. That's the pink size of the pink bar, and the white bar is the exact same size. So I have shredded these up. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add the pink bar in and let that dissolve. At this point, once you add these, you want to make sure they completely dissolve. And then there's a couple of other ingredients that you're going to add in there. And once everything is added in there, you make sure it's all dissolved. And then there's a few steps involved. So this does have a few steps in order to get it to that point, but get it to the point where it is a cleaning solution and good to use on your clothes. So I will go ahead and walk you through the process, and I will bring you back after we add this last bar of soap. I'll bring you back and we'll go through the next process. So stay tuned. Okay, folks, so here we are back again. The 3 gallons of water have still been very hot, been kept on very low heat on the burner. The 2 bars of Zote soap, as we said, we have shredded those and we have put them in the water. Now they have completely dissolved. And I don't think that you can see it. I think it's just off camera. And I don't think that you can see it. I think it's just off camera. But the water is actually turned into a soapy, sudsy little on top. It's turned into that. It's actually a pinkish color, very pretty color. The smell is very nice, I must say. And of course, we want the soap and the suds for our laundry, of course. So to that, I am going to add at this point here. I have 2 cups of washing soda and 2 cups of borax. This is the washing soda that I have in here. And the borax, it's going to be 2 cups of the borax as well. Okay. Now you can use these for these soaps for cleaning. Laundry, cleaning your appliances, bathroom, shower. You can use these cleaners anywhere in your home, and you can use it in your laundry as well. So the wonderful thing of that is what we just did is we are going to combine 2 cups of each of these, to 2 bars of the Zote soap. We have 3 gallons of water in there, but obviously we're going to be adding more water because I told you this is going to make 10 gallons. So obviously we're going to be adding more. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of these in here. All right. And I'm going to try and do this without burning myself. And what this does is this, at this point, we need it to dissolve. We need all of this soap to dissolve. I will warn you in advance, the washing soda has a tendency to clump up like this. So it's going to be hard to measure it out unless you're using it as soon as you purchase it from the store. Again, I purchased all of these ingredients right from Walmart. Had the cheapest price for them. That is where I purchased them. I want to say the washing soda and the borax, they're, I think, probably somewhere between $4 and $5 if memory serves me. So each box is about $4 or $5. So again, it's a little bit more. It's a little bit more than the Zote soap, but I'm using 2 cups from each of it, and again, it's going to make 10 gallons. So 2 cups out of this, you're going to have a lot left over, and you can use it anywhere else in your house, or you can just set it aside and have that set for the next time you need laundry soap. One of the things that I learned in the past few years is that I've been prepared in many areas, but there were some areas that I was not prepared in. So during all of that craziness, I was still trying to work, and I was still trying to go to the store and get things for my family when there was nothing on the shelves, and it became craziness. That being said, it just made a permanent impression in my mind that these are things and skills that I needed to have, and I would encourage all of you to have the same skills, and to expand your skills, because we all know that, if that type of thing can happen, you can't. There's one of the mishaps right there, if you didn't see that. It just came out of the pan and flew on the floor here in the water. So it did teach me that I needed to be more prepared. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow. We don't, I guess I just look at it as we don't live in a world where when I was growing up, you just knew what the next day, it was going to be about going to school or going to work, and you didn't have much you had to worry about other than making sure of that and making sure your bills were paid. Now it just seems like it's not just about making sure your bills are paid, but you also need to have an extra skill set just to make sure that you can survive. Um, and that's on top of working, multiple hours. So I try and have stuff like this, that I am expanding my skills just so I can, going forward, like I said, I won't need to make laundry soap for many months. And this is pennies on the dollar. So I can invest that money in other areas where it will in turn, if you have seen is what I've seen or what I've experienced in the past several years, and probably for a lot longer than that, it's just I probably didn't notice it as much, is that if you can buy in bulk, you save money. So you just have to be able to have the storage capacity to store items when you buy in bulk. And you will save money that way as well. So I prepare this 10 gallons of laundry soap, and I have it stockpiled here. So I can go ahead and it's at our disposal when we need it, and we're able to do it pennies on the dollar. Then can invest that money in, flour, sugar, meat, potatoes, onions, anything like that I would need to be able to sustain us in other ways. And that's how I have approached this, and that's how we typically live now. So what's going to happen at this point is I have turned the burner way, way down, and it needs to continue to be on very low heat. And I'm going to go ahead, it feels like that soap is just about all dissolved in here. And we just need to make sure that it is. And once it is, it is just a little bit more in there. I can feel it now. Once it is completely dissolved in there, I will go ahead and I'm going to add another gallon of hot water to this. Once I add that gallon of hot water to this, we are again just going to let it keep cooking on low. This is not a process where it takes just a few minutes. You do need to, spend a little bit of time doing it. However, that being said, I just make sure that I'm doing it at a time where I have other things going on. Now, honestly, I'm going to actually, and I'll bring you along for it right now while this is, cooking down. I'm actually going to make up some dish soap. Going to go ahead and put everything together and get everything out for us to go ahead and make some dish soap, and I will bring you along for that as well, and I'll show you how I make my dish soap, and then we can go from there. It certainly makes your dish soap from the store go a little bit longer. This recipe actually calls for 3 drops of Dawn dish soap. Dawn dish soap is actually the most mild detergent there is, that doesn't have a lot of perfumes and all of that. That's why they're able to use it on the wildlife. When there's an oil spill and they're able to use it on the wildlife to clean the wildlife, the ducks and the birds, and out of their feathers, it's because it's the mildest there is. So that is, so you're going to actually use 3 drops of that to what I prepare here, and I'll show you that. And then your dish soap is going to be, your dishes are going to be nice and clean. You're going to have all natural stuff in there, and it's going to be nice. You're going to be very pleased, I think. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to go ahead and go off camera for a couple of minutes. I'm going to pull some stuff together, and I'll be right back. And I'll go ahead and I'll make up the dish soap while this is cooking down. Hi folks. Okay, so while we are waiting for the laundry soap to start going through and finish going through the next few steps, as I promised, I would bring you back and go through how to, I guess, expand your dish soap, make it go further, make it go longer, and that's what I'm actually going to do. I have actually taken the laundry soap off of the stove at this point. You probably can't see. There was a mishap, of course. And it did boil over on me, so make sure that when you're making yours, keep a close eye on it that it doesn't boil over. I stepped away for a minute to get the ingredients for the dish soap, and lo and behold, it boiled over on me. So, such is life. We know my husband will have to do his rendition of a guard on the stove so it cleans it. And he'll put some more aluminum foil down and it'll be good to go again. No worries. So I wanted to let you know, though, we have taken it off. At this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I do to make our dish soap go further. So as you can see, this is my jar here. It's just a regular canning jar. I believe it's a half-gallon canning jar. I should know this off the top of my head. Yeah, I should know it off the top of my head, and I don't, but that's okay. I'm feeling a little tired today, so forgive me. You just want a big jar, okay? Because you're going to put all the ingredients in here, and you're going to mix them up, and then you can put them in a canning jar. You can put them in any type of a container. Can put it wherever you keep your dish soap. And I'll tell you how to use this in just a second. Let me tell you what's in it first, and that is that so you are going to take a half a cup of sea salt, and I just purchased sea salt right from Walmart. It's fine sea salt, happen to be what I have on hand. It doesn't have to be coarse, it doesn't have to be fine, it doesn't matter, just sea salt. I would even imagine that you probably could use pink Himalayan salt. I would guess that it may do the same thing, but maybe not. I have not personally tried it. I've always had sea salt on hand when I went to make this, so it didn't make a difference. The other thing is baking soda. You're going to use a half a cup of sea salt, as I said, and a half a cup of baking soda. You're going to put that in the container. So half a cup of each of these. Then remember the washing soda that we talked about and we used in the laundry soap, and I told you could use it in other areas of your home. And you know, there's more than one use, so you were able to get more bang for your buck when you use the washing soda. Guess what? This is going right in here. A cup and a half of it as well. Cup and a half of washing soda, half a cup of baking soda, half a cup of sea salt. And then the other thing you're going to need, and you may not have this in your home, some people don't, some people do. It's getting to be canning season, so more people are typically going to have it around this time when it gets to be canning season, is food grade citric acid. You want that, and you want a cup and a half of that. So you want a cup and a half of each of these citric acid, food grade citric acid. And a cup and a half or 1.5 cups of washing soda. A half a cup of baking soda and a half a cup of sea salt. You're going to add all of those ingredients into your jar. This is the citric acid here I'm going to add in. This citric acid, if you don't know where you can purchase your citric acid from, again, this is one of those items that I purchased from Azure Standard. And of course, there goes the box onto the floor. It's empty, thankfully, but yes. So it is one of the items that I purchased from Azure Standard. And I just keep it in a canning jar. Some people call them a mason jar, or a ball jar. It's a quart jar. I just keep it in that and keep it in my pantry. So then it's there for canning as well as for this. So now I'm going to take my lid. I'm going to put this in it. That is all of the ingredients right here that goes in this portion of it. So now you're just going to make sure your lid is on tight. Okay. When you go to mix this up and put your citric acid in there, and your washing soda and that. I do it anyways, but on the off chance that you don't, I just want to forewarn you. You can see the powders and the dust particles in the jar. Make sure you're not right over the top of it when you're dumping it in, because those dust particles will come back at you, and you shouldn't have those in your face. I think most of us probably try and stay back from the dust particles anyways, but just to be on the safe side, I wanted to let you know that. Now, again, my washing soda, it has some clumps in it. Obviously, I'm going to be adding this to hot water when it comes time to do dishes, so no need to worry about the clumps. I'm just shaking it to make sure everything is mixed together. These are the dry ingredients. When you get ready to go do your dishes, what you need to do at that point, I always have hot water running, and then I'll add my dish soap as the hot water is running, to get the most suds, I guess. What I would recommend to you is I would take, let me see what my, so you are going to take 2 tablespoons of this mixture, 2 tablespoons, and you're going to take 3 drops of Dawn dish soap, the original Dawn dish soap. 3 drops, I kid you not, 3. And you're also going to take 2 tablespoons of white vinegar. That's it. 2 tablespoons of this, 2 tablespoons of your white vinegar, and 3 drops of Dawn dish soap. Needless to say, that will make your dish soap, go much further. And that's going to get your dishes nice and clean. You're going to get just as clean as if you just used a whole sink full of, use regular Dawn dish soap or any of the others that contain all the perfume and that. I personally don't need all the perfume in my dishes when I'm eating. The thought of it just does not appeal to me. That being said, I'd rather have perfume. If I want to spray perfume, I'll spray perfume. I'll put it in my laundry soap. I'll put it in my fabric softener, whatever. My regular bars of soap, when we make those, that's fine. I don't need it in my dishes off of the plates and bowls that we're eating and silverware that we're eating off of. That being said, this is going to last us a good while. 2 tablespoons, needless to say. Typically, there are times when I will make up a double batch of this, and then we will have this for so long. I didn't do it tonight just for the purposes of the video. But I wanted to share this with you, and when we come back again, we will go ahead and show you the end results of the laundry soap. But in the meantime, I hope this helps you out. I hope this helps you stretch your dollars even more. And if this video helps you at all, give it a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. Let us know what you're thinking. Let us know if you have any tips of what you do in your home to make your dollars go further. Share with the rest of us. Let's build a community that is all about saving money and helping our fellow man out as far as helping them to save money of ways that they might be able to do it that they may not know of. I don't know of, I'm sure of most ways that you can do things to save money and still be safe about it. I certainly don't want the quality and unsafe practices. I don't want to, practice unsafe practices in order to save $1. But if there is something I can do to save $1 for my family, like I said, that I can invest that money elsewhere, I am all for that. And that's the community that we're really hoping to build here. So if you have any tips or tricks or ideas, please don't hesitate to leave us a comment and let us know what you think. I will go ahead and link these ingredients, and again, I'll link Azure Standard in the description box. And if you should have any thoughts about it, like I said, please drop us a line and let us know. Thanks so much for stopping by, and we'll talk to you again real soon. Take care.